And anybody that texts me, I will message you right after this, but we're going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen again. And we're going to open up this new presentation or the continuation for the advanced getting started. And so, as I said, this is going to be a little bit higher level for you have already got started and you are starting some of your team. And Victoria, you're the spot person that kept you here. So if there's any issues, now you're in charge of letting me know if people can't see or whatever's on there, because you're in the spotlight right now. But so this is going to be our brand partner timeline. And I want to say here that when somebody trusts us to get started, our job, our goal, our gift, our privilege is to help them get as much success out of PartnerCo as possible. And I take this really seriously. And I'm going to ask you to do the same, because when somebody trusts you to get started, we want to do our best to help them get going. So this is really it. And hopefully this was all done with you. And if it wasn't, well, reach out and we'll get you there. But as you're getting people started, we want to make sure that we're following all these steps. So first of all, we want to train them on boards. Boards is incredible. Boards is actually incredibly easy to use. Getting boards on our phone can sometimes be a little frustrating, and learning how to do it can be a little bit frustrating, especially if you're using an Android. So I apologize to those Android users out there. It just takes some extra steps. It just is. And I'm going to say, go get an iPhone. So that was my little Apple ad. But if you're an Android user, just know that you're going to have to do a couple extra steps, but it's still going to work. It's still going to save you time, but make sure you have your patience hat on. And as we're training our new people, we want to make it as painless as possible. So if you can, be right there with them. If you can't, get them on a screen on outside of their phone. So I would say, if they have an iPad, if they have a computer, have them join the Zoom there and then have their phone in their hand. Because if they're trying to flip back and forth between the screens, it can get really frustrating. So that would be the caveat there. Next, make their first post with them. And I would even recommend that you do their first week and you help them with that schedule. Especially if they're struggling getting it up, they're not quite sure how to get professional mode, like anything like that, you want to just be there to hold their hand. Why? Because the scariest thing we do in this business is make these posts. It's terrifying when we first get started. You'll hear it all the time because people will say, well, my people that love this, my people don't like. I don't want to be like, they'll kind of come up with all these little excuses. And what it is they're scared, right? Their people are just like your people, which are just like my people, that are just like all people. People are people. And they are going to react to these posts. So we want to take that pain away as much as possible. And if we can schedule that first week, guess what? They're going to sell boxes before they feel too much of that pain. So we're going to allow them to win. So make those first posts with them, invite them to PartnerCo Nation, set up their Telegram and share our Telegram channel, and then share that IPA Zoom. We want everybody tapping into that as much as possible. Next, when they start moving boxes, okay, we want to train them on that customer conversion. We want them to understand that what they're going to do each week with their customers. Week one is love. We're just going to reach out and encourage that customer and make sure they're using the product appropriately. And we're letting them know that they are part of a community. Week two, we're going to call them and we're going to find out their wins and see if we can convert them. Week three, if they didn't convert, we're going to give them another try. We're going to do the ask and we're going to send them the 1, 2, 3 text that's on boards. Week four, we're going to share a little bit of love. So we want to make sure that our brand partners know what to do with their customers throughout those 4 weeks as their customers are using the drops. And then once they reach Golden Ultimate, we want to make sure that they have their subscription set up, that they're on direct deposit because we want them to get paid, right? And then we're going to show them how to leverage into their downline when they order that fourth box, because there is an extra $150 in that fourth 10 pack for all of us. But if they don't know about it, they're just going to order it and they're going to lose that money. And how do we get that extra money? If you don't know, well, we would order under a personally sponsored brand partner that's new in our organization. So it's got to be within their first 4 Fridays, but we're going to order and place it under them. What is that going to do? It's going to earn us an extra $150, but it's going to get them closer to gold and ultimate. So it's another way that we can help our team. So we want to make sure that we're showing them how to do it. And then once they start their team, I want to show them what to be checking in their back office to know where to place their next brand partner, to know who they should be loving on and who they need to be working with and who is getting close to different goals. So that's really our brand partner timeline. I'm going to show you guys real quick, how do we set up our subscription? How do we set up direct deposit? So we're going to jump over here. And so this is the PartnerCo back office. And you can get this by just going to partner.co, and you will click on the little person in the upper right, and you're going to log in, and it's going to take you to the back office. And you will see a little truck. Okay, so this is our subscription. And when you click on that, it's going to open up your subscription. So this one doesn't have an active subscription. So it's really, really easy. I'm just going to say add new subscription, and I'm going to do a little bit of shopping. Now, I like to sort it by my subscription, right? It says like 100 PV, and I'm going to go look and I'm going to see what I want. And I'll tell you, I highly recommend it's not drops, because if you buy 1 box of drops, you're paying $123. If you buy a 4-pack, you're paying about $100. You buy a 10-pack, you're paying about $90. So we don't want to get just one, and you don't need to have your subscription to be over 100 PV. You would order that extra PV over somebody else to maximize your pay. So what I look at, I'll tell you, I rotate this every single month. This month, I believe I ordered Elite, and I ordered some of the vitamins because I was out, and I just shift and see. I use everything, so I'm always ordering something else. So you would just pick a pack that works well for you. So I would recommend Renew and a combo. Renew is probably my favorite product outside of the drops. So I always get a box of Renew if I haven't ordered in bulk. I recently got a 10-pack, but whatever you need. But I would say Renew and maybe the vitamins, or Renew and Elite, Renew and something, Renew and the protein. Doesn't matter, but just make sure that it's 100 PV in order for you to get paid. Okay. Now, you also have the ability to edit your order every single month. And so what you can do there is there's going to be 2 edits, and I can't show you because I don't want to set up this person's subscription without their permission. But there'll be the first edit is going to edit the address. But if you click, look down on that same row, the second edit is going to edit the product. So make sure that you edit there. Now, I'm going to go back to their dashboard, and this one might be out of their first bit, so you won't be able to see it. But typically at the bottom, yeah, see, this one's got a bunch of stuff down here. But typically at the bottom, and it's going to tell me, it's going to show you a circle with a color. It'll say red or blue or green. When you go back up, sorry to make you dizzy, when you go into your subscription and you're setting it up, and once you pick your product, and we're going to add this one. And when I go to my cart, continue to check out, I'm going to pick my date and I'm going to match the color. So as you can see, that if this one was red, I would pick the red date, which was last week, so it's not going to work. But I would pick whichever color matches the color that we just had. And then you would continue. It's going to look like it's charging you right now, but it's not. It's not going to charge you until the date that you chose on there. Now, the next thing that we want to make sure that we set up is our pay. So we would do that under My Money and under PartnerCo Pay. And when we go in here, we click the plus sign for our PartnerCo, and I'm not going to mess with this one, but we want to make sure that our deposit is 100%. And then we're going to fill in our banking information. Now, realize that this is banking information. And so you're going to have to click, and you'll have to submit and confirm and submit and confirm like 3 times. You want to make sure that 100% shows at the top where it was and at the bottom. So you've got 100% showing, and that all of that is filled in. So just take your time with that, because it is banking. It is important. And so you want to make sure that you're following all the systems there. Now, the next thing we want to do, and you'll hear Coach Palmer talk a lot about our worker bees, and that if we want to maximize our pay, we need to maximize helping our worker bees have success. A worker bee is somebody that's posting twice a day, every single day. Everybody else is just a bonus, right? So our goal is to grow our team of worker bees. So I say we want to help that hive thrive. So first of all, how are we going to do that? On boards, I would love for you to share this partner CoStar here. And that's going to help them install boards. It's going to get them on Telegram. It's going to connect them with the team and make sure that they have the tools installed on their phone so that they can go have success. So help your hive right there. And then next, we want to check our volume. So why do you need to know your volume? Well, for a variety of reasons. You've got to know which leg you're going to be placing people in as you're growing your team. And then you can also see what your team is doing. So the way you check your volume is you would go to My Money and then down to, I'm pointing at the screen, you can't see my finger. Then you would go down here to volume. And so what that looks like, it's going to open up a volume report. Now, this person happens to have 3 legs. I probably should do an example with 2 because that's where the majority of people are, but gives you a good idea of what you've got here. And so how do I know where to place somebody? Well, the easiest way is see that red line. It's kind of pink. I call it red. I say stop, right? So we do not place new people in the red line unless there's extenuating circumstances. And if you ever have that, you can call me. They're best friends in that line, their sister, whatever. Yes, we're obviously going to group those people together. But if these are just independent people that aren't connected, we say stop for the red line. We're going to place them in the green line. And because the red line is going to be your power line, and we want to catch our green line up to maximize our pay. And so this one would be super simple, right? Because the third line is low. But actually, I would actually place this in the second line because there are bonuses when you optimize. So our goal is to get each of our lines to 13,334. So we would probably place the next right here to optimize this line. Then we would do a dance in our kitchen because we just earned over a $400 bonus by doing that. And then we could go down here and grow our third line. Now, the next thing that I look at here is I'm going to click. These are links. You can click on those and it will open up. Easier on a computer. If you do it on the phone, it's kind of wonky to see. It's even wonky a little bit on an iPad. So if you have a laptop or a desktop, try to look at this report on there if at all possible, because you can see more. You can get there, but you can see more. But what I'm going to look at is I like to sort by the order. I don't care about the subscriptions. I love them, right? That's what feeds my family. That's the residual income. I'm excited about it, but I'm going to analyze the regular orders. What am I looking at? Well, I'm looking at the volume. So what I'm looking for, what we're all looking for to see if our team is healthy, if they're thriving, and if they're following the system of growth, we're going to see a lot of multiples of 208, which is a 4-pack, and a lot of multiples of 500, which is going to be a 10-pack of drops. And if I see numbers that are not either of those, I want to click on it and see what's going on. So a great example of that is this 576 right here. So if you clicked on the details, it's going to tell you exactly what that order is. This one was a 10-pack and a 1-pack. So she spent $88 on 10 of her boxes, and then she spent $123 on that 1 box. So I would call Aretha and say, hey, lady, love that you sold 11. Super excited for you. That's fantastic. Next time, let's try to order at least a 4-pack. We're going to hang on to that one for a couple of days, see what else we can stir up. Or maybe you do a bulk order with the profit off that 10-pack and get a little bit of extra so that you lower your cost. It's not a bad thing, but just we want to save her the extra $30, right? We don't want people throwing away money if they don't have to. The other thing I'm going to look at is if the numbers are wonky and I see that people are ordering, they're ordering weird stuff. Well, I'm going to call and say, so tell me a little bit about what's going on with your business. And I'm going to love on them. I'm nobody's boss. But if I don't see that they're moving 4-packs and 10-packs, then I know they're not following the system of growth and they're going to slow themselves down. So if I see people getting distracted, right, right now there might be a lot of Renew going out there. I love Renew. It is my number one auto ship product. It is amazing. It's not going to move the system right now the way the drops are. So if I see people getting a little distracted, I'm going to do my best to gently nudge them back into the right direction. So we can see all of that in the volume report. The next thing I'm going to look at is striking distance. And this is a fun one. I'm going to recommend that you look at this at least once a week by Wednesday at the latest. So I typically like to look on Tuesdays because then I can kind of see what's going on in my organization. I personally look at week 3. So when I go in here, it says current week, I look at week 3, but so that I have time to help them. If you haven't looked at this before, I would start with week 4 because right now we only have 2 days. If they're week 4, then we've got 2 days to get them to Golden Ultimate. So we want to reach out to them right this second and say, okay, lady, you are 200 PV away from Golden Ultimate. Do you know what that means? And I'm going to explain the benefits of Golden Ultimate and why they want to maximize their pay in both, earning 30% new volume bonus and getting match pay for the life of their business. And we have one chance to do it. Let's go do it. So I'm going to encourage them. If you haven't done this before, start with week 4 and work your way back. But I do this every single week. So I come on here every week on week 3 so that I have about a week and a half when I'm looking at this to make sure I'm helping my people. And what do I look at? I'm going to look at their current PV. Okay. So right here, this one's at, they're actually ultimate. So, okay, this person's reached ultimate. This one's only elite. So they need 192 more PV in order to get to ultimate. So I'm going to jot all these people down in different categories. So, okay, Tina, and you guys can see my age by the name of my musicians here, but Tina is 192 away. Whitney's 424 away. Olivia, Stevie, they're both ultimate. Dolly needs 500 PV. And I'm going to write them down all in the different categories. And now I'm going to start making some phone calls. I'm going to start connecting with my team. So I do 3 categories of calls. One is anyone that's made it all the way to week 3 and they're not ultimate yet. And I'm going to go love on them. I'm going to explain why ultimate is important and gold is important and see how I can help them. Maybe we need to do a Facebook Live. Well, I think I can almost go live again. I might have 2 more days. I got banned from Facebook, but that's okay. So maybe I can help them with that, or I can jump on some calls with them. We can do some converting calls. Maybe I can do a drop talk with them. Maybe I just need to encourage them to place an order, whatever it may be. But how can I help you get to ultimate by week 3? Okay. Because they only have about a week left. Next, anyone that's achieved ultimate, but I haven't congratulated them yet. Maybe I haven't even met them yet. So I'm going to write them down and I'm going to call them and I'm going to say, oh my gosh, congratulations. You're a rock star. So excited for you. You've done great. Good job. I'm going to make sure that when they order their next 10 pack, they don't just order it. I want them to make that extra $150 and I'm going to love on them. And then if I see anybody that's ordering under somebody else, now how do I know? Let me scroll back here and I'm going to show you how do I know? Okay. So when I'm looking at that volume report, I want you to look over here and we see a name and we see an email address. Do they match? Right? Like, could you think, okay, pretty sure this is Whitney's, but I look at Kate and this name is Josh. Most likely Josh ordered this box under Kate. So I'm going to write that down with a little question mark. I'm going to go figure out who this is because that's the person that I need to call. And then here, Aretha, okay, that matches. So if it's somebody like Josh that's ordering under somebody else, well, I know that they are thriving and I better get my booty in their living room and go do a customer appreciation drop talk event. And so if you've got somebody moving and shaking, we want to love on them as soon as possible and go help them take their business to the next level. And what does that look like? It looks like drop talks. And what does a drop talk look like? Do you need to have somebody come in for it? Do you have to have somebody fly in, drive in, whatever? No, it's you and a buddy that's local. And you show and what I say is do it in babysitter hours. Okay. I want somebody to be able to drive to the house, be a part of the drop talk, and drive home in one babysitter hour. Okay. So if they decide to stay longer and chit chat, that's on them. But I don't want to cost anybody more than 1 hour of babysitting to get the information that they need, including drive time. So what does that mean? That means our drop talk's got to be 20 to 30 minutes max. Okay. And short, sweet, to the point. And what does it look like? I'm going to get up and I'm going to share my story. I've been using this product for about 3 weeks now. Crazy enough, I'm down 7 pounds on the scale, but 2 pant sizes. And I cannot believe how good I feel. And I'm so excited for many of you that are here that have tried this product. And I just wanted to give you a little bit more detail. And I'm going to open up the slide deck that is on boards and I'm going to show it either on my TV. If I can't figure out how to connect my TV, I'm going to show it on an iPad or a computer. Worst case scenario, I'm going to have everybody open it up on their phones and they can all scroll through it and we can do it together. All the language is included on there. You don't have to do anything extra. If you've got a buddy in there, have them close it down. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. We are so excited. And we're here to find out if you're a 1, 2, or 3. 1, you just want to get another box from Victoria. We're excited for you. You know, you're saving $50. She's making $50. Everybody's happy. 2, you want to be able to save a little bit of extra money on that. You want to be able to get a 30% discount off retail on that box of drops. And you want it to be able to get shipped directly to your home. So you don't have to worry about tracking down Victoria. We can help you with that. Or 3, you want to be able to get a bigger discount and earn some money. You let us know if you're 1, 2, or 3, but we're looking to partner with you at whatever level. Thank you for being here. We'll answer any questions after. You all have a great night. And that's it, right? That's a customer appreciation. They are short, sweet, to the point. If you think you've got, you know, a person there that is, you know, they've done a lot in the industry, or maybe they need an extra bit of love, well, then call somebody in, right? Get them on the phone, get them on a Zoom, something like that to close it down at the end. But for the most part, 99%, you and a buddy are going to rock it, and you're going to rock it just fine. So that's it for this second level. Oh, hold on here. I'm going to stop my share and I'm going to stop my recording.